I've dreamt it for a long time. I mean, I've manifested it. It's something that was always in the back of my mind for 5 years now. And like I said in the podcast 6 months ago, 6, 7, 8 months ago, you gotta believe it in order for it to happen. So it was just it's almost like a full circle moment.
Have you ever wondered what it looks like, what it takes to win the NCAA championship in the mile? Today, we're breaking it down with the man who did it less than a week ago, Mr. Abel Teffra. I really enjoyed this conversation. We dive into Abel's season thus far, the delusional confidence he had to have to win this meet after being a 414 guy back in high school. He talks about how Coach Bonzi at Georgetown took a chance on him and how he's really improved as an athlete over the past 5 years to get to the place and spot that he is in presently to win the race, to win the NCAA championships. Shocked the world a little bit. He placed fifth at this event last year, and so to win it was awesome. It was really cool to see him do it. I'm actually the only podcast he's ever been on. I had him on back in June. We talk about his backstory a little bit in that conversation, whereas today we dive heavy into that race, what it means to him, the emotion of crossing the finish line, what it means for the program of Georgetown, his relationship with Coach Bonzi, and where he sees himself going, both this outdoor season and post-collegiately as a professional runner, hopefully. I love this conversation. I'm confident you guys are going to find value from it. And if that's the case, share it with a friend so that we can make more impact, bring more value to more people. Also, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, give us a 5-star review. Always helps us out doing those 3 things. Without further ado, I hope you all enjoy this conversation with the newly minted Mr. NCAA champion, Abel Teffra. Abel Teffra, NCAA champ. How you feeling, man? Congratulations and welcome back to the podcast. A pleasure to have you back on.
Thanks, Dominic. It's great to be back. This time a national champ. But yeah, I mean, I feel great.
It would be hard not to feel great after winning an NCAA title, I imagine. But like, you believe, you train. I remember that conversation last June. Like, this was the sort of thing that you knew you were capable of, but you maybe didn't necessarily have the results quite yet to back it up. What does it mean to do it? And to state your case of, I can win an NCAA title, and then you back it up with action. You do it. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's super, super special. Like, this whole build-up has been, like, honestly, like, super special. And, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to find the right words to kind of describe what's going on right now with me and this whole new thing. But, I mean, it feels great to be a national champ. I can't say it doesn't.
That conversation last June, the quote I put on the graphic was, believe in yourself and the people around you. At a certain point, the accumulation of hard work and your consistency will pay off. How many years of hard work and consistency went into that 3 minutes and 53 seconds last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at it from just a collegiate standpoint, this is my 5th year. So, I mean, I said this in an interview at the meet, but I said I like long believed I could be a national champ before I was even capable of doing what I'm doing now. And yeah, it feels great to do it, but I mean, yeah, it's been like a 5-year process now.
I think a lot of times, as you mentioned there, like, you got to believe it before you achieve it. It's like the cringe, corny phrase, but it's true. And I think a lot of times there's truth to those quote unquote cringe, corny phrases. Or people will say like, oh, that's a cliche phrase. I'm like, well, it's a cliche phrase because it's true. So a lot of people say it a lot of times because it's true. What's your mindset on that? Where like, yeah, you probably wouldn't have won an NCAA title, if you hadn't believed you could long before you could. The people who win it are the people who believe it long in advance.
Yeah, I mean, I've dreamt it for a long time. I mean, I've manifested it. It's something that was always in the back of my mind for 5 years now, and I mean, I feel like at a certain point, like I said in the podcast 6 months ago, 6, 7, 8 months ago, like, you gotta believe it in order for it to happen. So, I mean, it was just, I don't know, like, it's almost like a full circle moment. Like, okay, like, I bought into the process. I believed in the process for many years, and it happened.
Going back to your days in high school in California, you had PRs of 414.8 in the 1600, 932, and the 3200. On paper, I don't think the listener would think a 414 guy would be bringing home an NCAA title. What would this mean to senior Abel?
Yeah. I was thinking about this all weekend, like, after I won. Like, I obviously was like a very average high school athlete. I wasn't, a kid who was running close to four flat or anything like that. Like I was pretty average, and I mean, Bonzi took a leap of faith on me and saw that in me, and yeah, it's just like I'm sure like senior year Abel is like excited.
To that conversation with Bonzi, I saw a video post race of your embrace with him and your teammates. What did that mean to you, and what does that bet that he took on you 5 years ago mean to you presently?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen him get that emotional ever. I don't think, but yeah, I mean, it was just a super, super special moment. I mean, like all my guys, all my teammates, and 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 friends were there, and I mean, as soon as I ran over, like there were so many people, and I was trying to like dap everyone up, but once I saw Bonzi, I was like, all right, this is the guy who made it happen for me. So I just gave him a big, big hug.
What were the conversations like leading into the meet with Bonzi? And was the conversation around winning? Was it around like, let's just give it our best effort, see what that is? What were those kind of like game day combos like leading into it?
Yeah, so me and Tanoda went to Jersey Mike's for lunch the day of the finals with Bonzi, and
Pause.
he,
That's a good
I
pick.
was,
That's a good pick right there. Do you get a
yeah, you got
Mike's
to
way
get
or no?
of course, Mike's way.
Okay,
Well,
love it.
actually, not the day of the meet because I don't want it to like burn my insides, but they got like
Fair,
the onions and
fair.
stuff. Um, but no, me, Tanoda, and Bonzi went to the Jersey Mike's at the beach, and yeah, I was sitting in the front seat, passenger, and he kind of just told me like, don't think of winning, just do what you've been doing all year, and that's just like striving to win, and that's kind of was the game plan. I mean, like there wasn't any like specific race plan or anything. I mean, I had like a specific plan for me, and that was just to kind of, like stalk Nathan Green because he's obviously like probably one of the better 1500-meter runners in the world. So that was my game plan. But in terms of the conversations with Bonzi, he just told me like do what you've been doing all season and just keep it simple and just compete.
How important do you think that is to not change things up, not change up strategy, not change up mindset, even when it is an NCAA meet, and almost have the same mindset that first race as you have that last race when it's way more important?
Right. Um, I mean, I feel like once you find something that works, there's really no need to change it. And this winter we've just been like keeping it extremely simple. And that's just compete and go try and win every single race I'm in.
Let's talk about the race itself. Walk me through it. First step to last step, crossing the finish line in first.
Yeah, so I was hip number 9. Nathan Green was hip 10, I believe. So he's on my outside shoulder, farthest from the railing. And Harrison Witt was to my left. So I kind of just that was perfect for me. Like I was able to gauge off of Nathan Green perfectly. And yeah, like I said earlier, like my plan was to kind of just stalk Nathan Green the whole way. I mean, he's obviously like a really really good competitor, and he's very tactically aware. And yeah, I mean, like Harrison Witt like went out in 57 point, but I didn't really feel it at that point. Like usually I feel like 57, like you're kind of feeling it if you know you're going to like time trial. And that's not really the vibe I was getting from that race. I was kind of just like, all right, I'm here to just win, stay on Nathan Green. So come through 800, 158. Nathan Green makes a move with 600 to go. He tries to take over Harrison Witt's lead. He fights him off a little bit, but eventually he gets the lead, and I hop into, I think, third or fourth. And Fouad Masoudi is kind of like holding me off from like getting right behind Nathan Green. But I mean, we hit 400 to go, and I feel a surge from Nathan Green. I'm like, all right, it's go time. Um, so I'm just staying on him. And at the NCAA meets, there's like big screen TVs on both sides of the turns. Um, and so I'm just kind of like watching Nathan Green while also looking at the TV and seeing who's behind me, just so I'm aware. I didn't want to get boxed in or anything. But yeah, 200 to go. I'm like feeling great. I mean, I think we were 325 or something like that. Um, and yeah, I mean, I just kind of ran with like emotions that last 200. Like with 150 to go, like I kind of matched his stride, and he saw me come up on him. And then with 100 to go, I trying to take the lead from him. He holds me off a little bit, but I had a little bit more left in me, and I felt him ease up a little bit that last 50. And then as soon as there's 10 meters to go, I look over to my left and my right, and I was first across the line, and it was a great feeling.
Watching the big screen. So some might say watching TV and running like 50 point something pace. This is skill. How impressed. I'm obviously kind of joking. Like, it's not that hard, but it's impressive. I do want to ask you, like, you were one of the guys in the race with not a whole lot to lose, right? Like,
Yeah.
you placed fifth in the mile last year, remarkable result, but you were one of those guys that I think flies underneath the radar, which is unfortunate. You're no longer going to after winning NCAA title, but because of that, I mean, you can make bold moves, you can do big things, you can kind of play the race out a bunch of different ways, and there's not necessarily the same spotlight as like a Nathan where he's won the race before, he's run 350 or 349, whatever he ran early on in the season. Like there's more expectation and pressure on him. How much do you think you benefited from that ability to kind of fly underneath the radar and really not really have anything to lose?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of fits my personality. Like, I'm a very low key person, and a lot of the people close to my life know that. So I'm not sure what this is gonna do for me in terms of my personality, but I mean, I don't expect it to change me in any sense, or in how I race. I'm always just gonna strive to win, and that's how it's always been. But I mean, yeah, the underdog mentality is a huge, I think, benefit. I mean, Cole Hawker kind of had that like coming up, and now he's an Olympic champ. Like it does great things. I feel like.
Were you surprised at all with how fast the time was? I think a lot of times indoor mile final, people are tired from either DMR, the prelim, whole plethora of things. Were you surprised it was a 353 race?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, like the last time it was that fast was when Cole Hawker won, which was 2021, and yeah, I mean, shout out to Harrison Witt. Like that was like a very courageous move from him, like leading a K of that race at an honest pace. But yeah, I mean, it's very rare. I feel like a championship race to be that fast, especially at least in the NCAA. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you kind of just got to roll with the punches. Like whether we ran 353 or 403, I was always gonna just compete to the best of my ability.
Georgetown, I talked about this with you in our first conversation with each other. It's like low key and middle distance mecca. Like you guys have always had success in the middle distances. You would definitely know this stat, but I feel like it's been a minute before there's been an individual title within something. What did it mean to you to be that guy that kind of breaks the streak and puts Georgetown really on the map? You guys have been on the map of like, you'll run the times, you'll do really well at, but Penn relays at the national meet, you'll place fifth in the mile, but like winning something is like takes your program to the next level. What does this mean for you and the boys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it means a lot. I've kind of just been sending messages out to the team, and people have been messaging me. A lot of the guys on the team have been like reaching out and telling me how they want to follow my footsteps. Just by knowing my come up, and but no, I mean Parker set the tone last outdoor. He won the steeplechase for in the outdoor championships, and he kind of set the tone. I mean, I lived with him all year last year. He was my roommate right across the hall, and yeah, seeing him do that like last June was really awesome. And yeah, I mean, me and him like text each other all the time, and yeah, I mean like I said, we manifested this, and it was really awesome to actually do it. I think the last time a Georgetown miler won the mile was in 1987.
You weren't alive, so that's a W right there. That's a W. Speaking of February 8th, which I think kind of set the tone for your indoor season, you ran a mile, you split 337 in the 15 on the way to running 352.44 at BU. What did that race do for you in terms of confidence, even going into this meet and just going into the indoor season, outdoor season? 352 miles, like nothing to scoff at. And even like you look at your future and what you want to do in the sport, you run a time like that, I'm sure you get attention from agents and brands, and this is why you train so hard. This is why you go to bed early. Like, what did that result mean to you?
Yeah, it was really awesome, honestly. Like having Tanoda pace that for me was honestly perfect. Um, but no, I mean, like I said, like I knew I was capable of doing these things, so it wasn't as much of a surprise to me. Um, I didn't really. I was kind of surprised that it was number 7 all time. For some reason, I thought the all time lists were a bit quicker, but just because seeing like 348 like the week before and like Nathan Green running 350, but I forgot that they don't put the oversized records on the NCAA all time lists. But no, I mean it was good for my confidence. It gave me the realization that things are clicking and I'm ready to go.
Something I want to talk to you about on the opposite spectrum, on the grass, not on the track. In cross country alone, you've improved from 250th at the national meet to 65th. How meaningful is that to you? Is that better than a national title? I doubt it is, but what does that mean to you?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it kind of just goes to show like the development that I've had over the last 5 years here. Um, and I mean, I remember when I got 250th. I mean, it was that really really difficult course at Oklahoma State. Like that's probably the hardest course I've ever ran in my entire life. And somehow the guys up front ran like 28 something in the 10K. But I mean, cross country was always like where I lacked. The strength side of running is where I've always lacked. So this past summer, me and my coach were like, he was basically like, I know exactly what you need, and I was like, I trust it, and we started doing double T, and yeah, I mean, I improved drastically in cross, and then also like in the strength side of running in general.
What does one of those double threshold days look like for you? And was it an adjustment early on, or did it come pretty naturally?
It was an adjustment for sure in the beginning. Like it was hard to figure out the diet, like the timing of eating was kind of hard. Like we would do like 7 a.m. and then we'd meet at 2:30. So it was kind of like the timing was hard to kind of get like the food in. Like I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, we figured it out and it was hard to start. But in the summers or like in the early falls here, it's also like pretty hot. So the weather was definitely a challenge and humid. Um, But no, we figured it out, and in the winter it was a lot more easier just because of the weather. And yeah, I mean, by that point, like we had already been doing it for like 3, 4 months. So at that point, it was secondhand nature.
When you place 65th at the national meet, I'm sure that gives you the confidence that you built a new level of base that's going to translate into the indoor outdoor track season. Looking back, you obviously had placed fifth in the indoor mile at the NCAA championship, so you're already really, really good. What did that do for your confidence, placing 65th at the national meet going into the indoor season?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the interview with Ethan Strand, and he was saying kind of the same thing what I'm gonna say right now. But like he placed whatever it was the year before, and then he placed eighth or ninth this year. So that gave him a huge confidence since he's always been a track guy. Um, and I feel like I've always been a track guy, and improving 60 spots or over 60 spots um, in 1 year kind of just show me like, okay, like I've got the foundation to kind of like use the speed that I've always had.
When you look ahead to the future, do you take some personal satisfaction that you're probably done with cross for the rest of your life? Or are you going to miss it?
Yeah, it was like right after I finished the race, I was like, thank God that's done. Like it was so difficult. But I think like a week later, it kind of like hit me like, wow, like cross country is like officially done. Like I will never do this sport like in a collegiate setting ever again. But no, I mean, definitely helped me like with my strength. Like it was 100% no doubt like the reason why I've gotten better at running.
Best memories from either polo fields or the towpath, two staples for Georgetown cross country.
Best memories. Oh God. Um, I mean, we do like we used to do a lot of tempos on the towpath like in the afternoons like way back in the day, like 2022. those were like a staple. Like after like any cross meet or track meet, just like hop on the towpath and just like run 8 to 10 miles at whatever pace it was. Um, but no, I mean, especially in the spring when the weather was nice and like the hobby joggers were out, the bikers and stuff. Like it was just a good vibe.
I love it. What George or not Georgetown, DC? Is it generally a pretty nice like running community? Like, do when you're running down the towpath, do you get people heckling you or like making fun of your physique in your short shorts, or like why are you on the path? Or are they pretty chill? Because cities can vary greatly.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, you're right. Like there's I mean you kind of get like all of it. Like you can get like the really angry bikers, or you can get like the really like supportive like hobby joggers. Like there's so many different types of people you can run into, but I think that's what makes it special.
I'm thinking of like a hobby jogger being like, "Go Hoyas." What even is a Hoya? I think I need clarity on this.
I couldn't even tell you. I've been here 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, I just know that Hoya Saxa means like what rocks.
We're gonna look this
So
up real time. What does Hoya mean, Georgetown? The Hoya's nickname for Georgetown University's athletic teams comes from the chair Hoya Saxa, meaning what rocks, in a mix of Greek and Latin, which gained popularity in the 19th century. So I think you're right on. I think you're right. I don't
yeah,
know why I thought it was like an animal or something, maybe because like
yeah,
I'm used to people being like, go Ducks. And
yeah.
I live in Columbus, so we got the weird one, like go Bucks, go Buckeyes. Like a Buckeye is a nut. Like why are we? This is odd, guys. It's a little weird. Going back to earlier in the conversation, 414 guy wins the NCAA title. What advice would you have for a kid out there who's good but they're not great and they want to be great one day?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just show up every day and try very, very hard. I think if those two things can like take you very, very far in this sport for sure.
What does this result, winning an NCAA title, mean for you in terms of future confidence and future belief of what you can accomplish this outdoor season and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, definitely boosts my confidence. And like I said before, like I don't think this is gonna change how I race. Like I'm gonna always strive to win. And now it's just with a title on my name.
Looking ahead to like future, have you thought about pro contract? What's that world like? Are you trying to stay focused on the present moment? Where's your head at in terms of like future outside of college?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been like an overwhelming like past few days. But yeah, definitely want to go pro after college. I'm kind of working with an agent right now and talking to some teams here and there. But yeah, I mean, I'm just honestly super grateful that this is the position I'm in right now.
What are you most excited about for outdoor season? What excites you the most?
I think just having one last season with my boys, like, I think it's so easy to get caught up in like your individual like aspirations and dreams and goals, but I think now I can like soak it all in. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm gonna do this last outdoor.
Leading into the 2025 NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships, was there a specific workout or close to a workout that gave you the confidence that like you could close off that fast pace how you did and win it?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely just an accumulation of all the stuff we've done in the past 5 years. But I mean, like this past winter break, so like from the middle of December to like no, from the beginning of December to the beginning of January was when we had our winter break, and I went home. Weather is super nice in California at the time of year, um, especially where I'm from. But I mean, we had like such a consistent like I mean like just a consistent workflow. Like we were like banging workouts out like butter like every single week, and we were stacking those, and we come back. We do one workout before Tenoda sets the collegiate record in the 1K, and it was 200, 400, 200. Um, 3 sets of that at like 55-second pace per 400, so nothing crazy. Um, and then after that, like it was kind of just race threshold until like now. Like I didn't do many workouts during this indoor season outside of like, threshold.
Two more questions for you. One serious, one lighthearted. Serious one. For those who have listened to this conversation, look up to you, watch you win an NCAA title. What's the final takeaway message that you want to leave with the audience?
Yeah, I have this one quote that let me search it up real quick if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Yeah, so it's a quote from Nipsey Hussle, and I feel like this kind of he's like a very um, quote kind of guy. Like he likes to just like spit knowledge and wisdom. But he said it sounds simple telling people to work hard and never quit, but to really execute and demonstrate those principles takes discipline and faith, and those are two factors that I believe separate good from the great and the successes from the failures.
Bars. So good. So good, man. Final question for you. As of recording this, 12:33, tip-off was 12 o'clock for March Madness. Who do you have winning it all? What's the Final Four look like? Who's your Cinderella? Give me the basketball tea, the basketball knowledge.
Dude, I mean, I think Duke will win. I don't really watch college basketball, but I overheard my coach saying he thinks Duke's gonna win, and so I think Duke's gonna win.
I love it. Abel, thank you so much for the conversation, breaking down the win. My sincere congratulations. I know that while that result is a reflection of all the years of hard work, it's also a reflection of what's to come. And I'm super excited to see that all go down. So keep crushing it. And yeah, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, breaking it all down.
Thanks so much, Dominic. Thanks for having me.